So I knew that I wanted to stay in state. I was born, raised, and educated in South Carolina. So I knew that I wanted to stay close home to friends and family. So you should take that into consideration when looking at the demographics of choosing a school. And I also know that I want to go into primary care, so a lot of the state schools are very primary care focused. So that's how I decided to apply to all of the in-state South Carolina schools. You really should look at what you value in a school's curriculum, where it's located, and what you think will really make you happy, and if you really feel like the school will be a fit for you once you start interviewing. So for the MCAT, I started off by taking an initial diagnostic exam, which is super important because a lot of students will skip over this part. So if you see that your baseline score is what you want or around like ballpark range, then you can make your study schedule based off of that. So after that, I made my study schedule and I also did a Kaplan course. But I would suggest that if you do better off studying on your own and making your own schedule, you shouldn't spend thousands of dollars on a Kaplan course, because I ended up making my own plan versus really sticking with the Kaplan plan. So I studied for about 3 to 4 months for 6 to 12 hours a day, depending on like if I was in school or if I was it was during the summer. So you really just have to make sure you figure out what works for you and figure that out soon, because what works for one person might not work for you also. So I would definitely recommend research, the shadowing classes that are offered at Clemson, and joining various pre-med organizations. So I currently do Department of Honors research with the Department of Bioengineering, and I've learned a lot and I've gained a lot of hands-on experience and presentation experience by going to different conferences. Clinical apps is one of the shadowing classes that I did, and I would highly recommend it because I got awesome clinical shadowing experiences. I think I got 85 hours, so that would be an awesome way to get hours and make connections at Greenville Hospital Systems, which is now called Prisma, and different pre-med organizations that I'm in Phi Delta Epsilon, which is Clemson's only medical fraternity, and I'm also involved in Health Professions Ambassadors and also the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students. So just find your outlet, and there are so many opportunities for pre-meds or any pre-health pathways. Well, for incoming freshmen, I definitely would say make sure you take your academics seriously, because if you're applying to medical school, dental school, any professional school, most times you'll have to submit your science GPA, and that's completely different from your overall GPA, because typically your overall GPA will be a lot higher. So make sure that you do well in your sciences and really take advantage of study halls, office hours, and different resources at the Academic Success Center.